go get them again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host, Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Royal Crown. And what a disappointment this brand is. If you haven't seen my previous videos, this is a brand that sent out a bunch of free bottles to influencers, and it's all positives. And I don't know what I'm smelling versus what they're smelling. And I understand the whole free bottle brigade, right? Parfum the Marley, best example, and it seemed like it clicked. This is a brand that, outside of the YouTube fragrance realm, it seems like no one's talking about this brand. Nobody. And personally, I'm like, for good reason. But we'll see. This one right here is Imperator. Imperator. We'll see. From Royal Crown. Now, this is Royal Crown number 5 or 6 on my channel. And I've been... there's a huge issue with packaging, and I haven't seen, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but influencers haven't spoken one bit about issues with the bottles. Now, granted, these are returned products, however, from fragflex.com. But again, I've been doing video after video. Like, anybody that's a diehard on my channel knows that I've been doing these unboxings for these returned products. Like, I've done probably at least 100 videos here. And this is the only brand that, not the only brand, like some have an issue, a bottle here or there, but these ones, caps, issues all over the place. Like, they're just cheap. Anyway, so we're going to see how this one does. And just for shit and giggles, I went on Max Aroma because it's one of the websites. Max Aroma, if you don't know, you'll know now. They're pretty much like they're the they're really, how can I say, they're the middleman, like the drug dealer, right? There's the brand, right, to give it to the drug dealer, and then the drug dealer kind of is the head honcho and kind of gives it to all the little guys on the street. And Max Aroma kind of reminds me, like, it's a weird portrayal, but that's exactly what it is. And they give it to the little guys and go, push this stuff on the streets now. And it's exactly what Max Aroma is. And what they do is they're like, oh, well, like influencers say, oh, well, they don't force me to do a positive fragrance. Did you see the terms of Max Aroma? The more you push, the more people use your code, the more they give you more bottles, more expensive bottles, more stuff. So that whole ecosystem is to sell, basically. So why would you do a bad review? Nobody's going to use your code. So anyway, Max Aroma is one of the sites that push this stuff to influencers. And it's just like, I've got my ear to the ground in the fragrance community. This stuff is not selling. Like, a lot of these discounters and websites, this stuff isn't selling. And the retail USD for this kind of stuff's $470 USD on their site. They have a deal right now that all these Royal Crowns are $260 something. So you're getting, half price, and they still can't sell this stuff. So a lot of these websites kind of want to discard of this stuff because it's just sitting there. They can't even give it away at $200. Anyway, Royal Crown. That's my spiel. Let's go back to this thing. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Like, if you actually listened to that spiel and didn't roll your eyes and went, you know what, this guy kind of makes sense. Yeah, I do. Like, again, I've been on YouTube since it started. There was only 4 YouTubers, 3 before me. I was number 4 overall on YouTube. Number 4, that's it. So I've seen this stuff go through. So subscribe, hit the like button, much appreciated. Any support, thank you. So let's take a look at the note breakdown. And this Royal Crown, they do the Rouge d'Oeuvre, right? If you can't give me more than 8 notes, what are you doing? Unfortunately, a lot of their fragrances kind of smell really linear. They smell really almost like singular notes. So we'll see what this one does, but this one has, a lot of, let's see, some spices, some florals, And then we got some darker notes in the back end. This was released in 2018, so it's actually a newer release. I've been smelling a lot of their early releases, like 2011. So let's delve into this one. And this is, by the way, from Fragflex. They're just making sure that this stuff doesn't, there's stickers on the side of this box, which is fine. So this is one of the, look at this bottle. It used to be beautiful and white, but these chip really, really easily. I've noticed that the paint on this, like you can almost see through on a few of them. Obviously this looks like poop now. There's marks on it and stuff. And again, it's a return product, but whatever. But you know, this paint chips so easily that now I could definitely take this paint off and see through this. Like I don't have to put a lot of effort into it. However, the cap has its little jewel at the top. So it's one of the rare ones. And we have the neck. So good on them. Still tacky as can be. And I love a clean white bottle, but this is, nah. Atomizer, okay, just a little puff. So let's sniff this one out. Let's see what we get out of this one. Cedar. Is there cedar in the note breakdown? Yes, there is. Okay, so it's cedar based. A little bit of nutmeg here. A little bit of iris. Okay, so it's actually the first Royal Crown that I've smelled. And again, we're at bottle 5 or 6. I'm losing count here. That actually smells like, I hate to do this, but it is what it is. It smells like a built product. Like it actually has a few notes to it. All the other ones were just like, all I smell is rose. All I smell is just this. And it has like this huge elaborate note breakdown. And most of them smell cheap. Now this is just cedar wood with a little bit of spice, a little bit of nutmeg, and a little bit of iris. Now, not a great buttery, creamy iris. Don't start expecting that. I'm not expecting anything like that out of this thing. And again, I've been kind of saying that this brand kind of smells like Middle Eastern kind of clone brandish kind of thing, but not really clones, just poorly done. Yeah. So let's put it on skin. Ugh, don't really want to. Honestly, and again, not that I feel bad of the brand, but you know, this kind of balances out the world. There's too much free bottle brigade going on here, especially with this brand. Too much fake pumping of the tires that I need to deflate the tires a little bit. So I don't really feel that bad because I'm giving my honest take. And yeah, I'm taking shots at it because you're asking, what, $470 USD for this stuff? And unfortunately, and again, it's just one man's thoughts, but I've been in the fragrance community for so long. I got $3,000 to $4,000 bottle, or 3,000 to 4,000 bottles behind me, around me. I have a fragrance room. I've been on YouTube for 20 plus years. This kind of stuff is not $400 worthy, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call a spade, and yeah. So yeah, all it's giving me is a little bit of nutmeg. It's cedar based, nutmeg, a little bit of iris, but not, you know, the cedar itself doesn't show any citrusy pop. You know, like a good cedar note gives it a little bit of citrus up top, and then sometimes it gives out like a black peppery hue, just to give it a little bit of rough and tumbleness. This is just sawdusty cedar planks. Little bit of powdery iris. Again, iris, don't even compare this to even Ziad. I will slap you. It's slightly herbal. Still not worth the money. Not worth the money at all. And again, I got like 3 or 4 more of these to discover, but at this point now, I'm just kind of like, I'm over it. Like, this brand is exactly what it is. You're just going to continue to get the same kind of reviews from me. Unless I get surprised, I've noticed that the nose is the same nose on every single one. So unless things change, this is not going to change. And there's obvious issue with the packaging. These little crowns, they don't work. If anybody from the brand is watching, how many returns have you gotten or complaints about these caps? It's time. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Not worth the money. However, I do want to note that this is, if you asked me today and you said, and you put a gun to my head and you said, Mark, you have to pick one. And you have to pick the best one in regards to complexity, anything right now in regards to it, which one would you pick? This would be the one that I would choose because it's not linear. And even though the other ones smell cheap, like I feel like a designer brand, and I don't mean like a really good, I'm not even talking about Chanel Ziad Hermes here. I'm talking about Diesel. I'm talking about Davidoff. I'm talking about Hilfiger. I'm talking about these brands could do what this as far as the juice inside, and that's what's important. They can do this, and this is nothing crazy here. Cedar, nutmeg, and a little bit of iris, and that's it. A little bit of floral. I'm not getting any olive leaf that they're incense, myrrh. I'm getting a little bit of herbal. I guess the laurel could be in there. Myrrh can do that a little bit. Maybe the olive leaf, but that's about it. So it's the first scent profile that I had a little bit of nuances, something to play with, right? It wasn't just cedarwood, and not a good cedarwood. Like, this is not, like, a Comme des Garçons cedarwood just kills this out of the water. That's not good. That's not good for a $400 brand. So anyway, anybody that's tuning into these videos, now it's almost like my subscriber base and we're just having fun here. I know you guys are probably kind of getting tired of me reviewing these. You're like, come on, Mark, move on. We know. We know now. But either way, you can find these at fragflex.com, and you can use code TFG10 and get 10% off, and Lord, you need it. But not recommended, but okay, go ahead if you want to. But if you're stumbling upon this, go check out Fragflex, and they do have several other brands that are absolutely crazy and really good brands. I would not recommend you to go to Fragflex and get this, but at the same time, you're probably going to get it cheaper there with my code too. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Have you smelt this? I'm having a hard time saying this word. Imperator. I want to say it in a French way, like Imperator. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm high off horrible fragrance. Anyway, I'd love to see your comment below if you have smelt this fragrance. This is the first one that I've started noticing that the bottles do scratch, and I went back because I saw this one's kind of easy to see, but the other ones, same thing. You hit these a little bit, the paint. It's almost like somebody used just used the brush and painted this a little, just like a thin coat. Very thin coat. I don't know. There's a lot of this that I don't like. Anyway, as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. And again, if you think these bottles are cool or like really regal looking, keep in mind that you don't wear the bottles like on a chain. Just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.